Here we go again. You know, I actually really like this backstory because I'm pretty sure a lot of people were wondering where the Hexside students, along with, you know, the teachers were in King's Tide. Because Hunter made it very clear that there was a big threat coming to them, and they just weren't in, like, the episode at all. And I was kind of wondering where they were, but it's really good that it's, well, not good. It's great that we have this backstory to what happened to them and what they were doing this past 3 months. It's incredible. You know, it's really heartbreaking that the students have to watch the adults suffer from the draining spell. I mean, it's probably in less effect since they're not at the Day of Unity square, triangle, circle place, but at least they're fine in the end. At the moment, go, grudge me, girls! Fighting for your entire school, but you're gonna fail anyway. Woo! Honestly, I have to say it here, this is probably one of, if not my favorite moment with Boscha and her friends. Her friends cared so much about her that they would push her out the way so she would live, and they would get turned into puppets. And now, Boscha is a character I'll get into later, but there are some things that I think would make her a great character, and in my headcanon, I think she would probably be, like, a main part of the group, if not a major side character if they took the right steps, which I'll explain why I think this way later on when we get to future Boscha scenes. When we get to future Boscha scenes in the future, she's kind of like, well, I'll get into that later, but just keep in mind this now. Put it in a little sticky note. And all the teachers get puppified/toyfied by the discount iBats from Gravity Falls, though they look a lot more scarier than the iBats from Gravity Falls. Hey, wait a second, where the hell is the Abomination teacher? He's not here. Where is he? Why isn't he here? Like, watching the school and stuff. Where the hell is he? Did he get fired after the Flyer Derby match? Where the hell is he?
Yes, fellow Jedi, I did leave the order so I can become Man Mule.
I really love how this entire way of getting back to Hexside is just a secret Mission Impossible mission. It's amazing. And I love Matt Mule as a character now. He's amazing. POV. This is my room. All jokes aside, this is exactly what an apocalypse would be like if a ton of students was hiding out at a school. And I just love it so much.
Father has been captured. The Jedi is dead. I will save you!
Just 10 out of 10. This statue is just amazing, and it's really grown far to how the principal bump has grown as a principal over the course of the story. I am so happy to see these lovable dorks again. You guys have no idea. These are legitimately one of my favorite side characters in the entire show, and with my 10-day editing challenge, I should have made the video about these two, but I was running a bit late with editing it that I didn't have time to find footage of these two and only had time to find it on Skara. Also, check that out, and I will be doing a full compilation video of that in like a few days, maybe a week or something. I don't know when I get time. I'm not promising anything. I just love these two lovable dorks so much, and I also love how Edric is honestly very traumatized of what happened to him to get all those casts, but he looks so happy to see him, and he is so cute. Also, going back onto that note that I made on my last video about me talking about the Huntlow ship a little bit more, which I will talk more about it later, but I just wanted to mention it now. I don't really ship Huntlow that much. I mean, I ship it, of course, but I just... Before Season 2B came out, I saw a ship of Goldrick, I think that's his name, Goldrick, which is basically Hunter x Edric, and I still ship it just as much as Huntlow to this day. It's a 50-50 ship ratio to me, and I kind of wish that those two were canon as much as I love Huntlow and the little moments we have with these two. It's like full circle, like Evelyn and Caleb. They were together and they were both a witch and human, and now Willow and Hunter are together, and Willow is a full witch, while Hunter, while looking like one, is a grimwalker of a human, which is Caleb, and I think that's a cool fur round. But as much as I really wish that Hunter and Edric was canon, like, the team Dana and that had to, like, probably argue a lot with Disney to get even Lumity canon, and or even to get the show up and running as, like, gay and stuff as possible. So I do understand why it wasn't, like, made canon or it wasn't done, but I still love to ship it, and don't come at me with the comments of shipping it. I've seen people after the time, I forgot the name of the episode, but basically the Flyer Derby episode where Hunter, Gus, and Willow met for the first time, they just started shipping Huntlow, and I did not ship it as much back then. I'm kind of like Shaperless Productions, which I'll probably just play the clip here.
I don't get the Hunter-Willow ship at all, but I'm not actively against it either.
Yeah, that's basically my entire thoughts when I first saw the thing. Yeah, I basically shipped these two equally. 50-50 is what I'm saying. Okay, let's just continue on. Wait! Has Follow You been your last name this whole time? I honestly can't wait for this whole thing to come into play in the last episode, because you know it's gonna happen, and you know that Evelyn is gonna be shocked to the core. Ida and Lilith are going to be shocked to the core to find out that Caleb was their ancestor, that they're part human, and that Hunter is technically part of their family. Also, can we just talk about the whole fanfiction things where Hunter is shipped with Ida Clawthorne's, like, daughter or some things, the fanfiction? Don't get me wrong, I love it, but that's kind of like incest in some sort of a horrible way. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for bringing that up, but it has to be addressed. I'm so sorry. Also, why on earth is Adalia here? Why couldn't she be popified? Collector, why are you even entertaining her idea as being Mama Dahlia? It's so stupid. I mean, I'm glad she's like some sort of like servant to the Collector in some sort of way. I do like that. But can we kill her off in the finale? Also, why couldn't Bellis possess her instead? I mean, less emotional impact and stuff. Actually, I'm getting too far ahead of myself. I'll talk about it when we get to it. Pizza! Bagels! Also, I really, really love how we're getting some Collector backstory here. Because, like, what I got from this is, like, there were way more Collectors than the Collector. Like, how there were more Titans before King, which is pretty obvious considering they worshipped the Titans, the Boiling Isles people do. So it seems like the Collectors are, like, people who study, like, different mortal creatures and add them to the collection. And if the mortals fight back in some sort of way, they kill everyone on the planet off, and then they, and scorch the air. Basically just destroying the entire planet. But they just want to study. The Collectors do, well, the past ones. But this Collector, he just wants to play and have fun and make friends. He didn't want to kill the Titans. He wanted to play with the baby ones. And the Titans fought back against the older Collectors. And the Collectors make the Titan Trappers to kill them off. And then both of them just ended up extinguishing both of their kinds, and King is the last of the Titans, and the Collectors is probably the last of the Collectors, so they mirror each other. They're both the last of their kind, which is why they have to be friends, and well, it's just so sad. At first, we just thought the Collector was a dangerous play tyrant person, but his backstory is just so sad. All he wants is a friend. He can't control his powers. And he doesn't want to be alone. He's been trapped for so long. And I can relate to that a lot. Other than Hunter, they're probably the character that I most relate to. And that's what I love about them. You know what? I'm gonna call it now, and before anyone can say it, on my 10,000 subscriber special, I am going to make a video saying of why I love the collector so much. There, I'm saying it now, and I promise you that. Okay, first off, I love new Boscha's new hairstyle and outfit. It's cool. Also, I will admit that I was fooled by Miki being Kikimora. Disguising herself as a different person. I was fooled. I will admit, I thought this is a different person, and I kind of wish it was, since I do love Kikimora's, fake design, or fake costume, or fake disguise. Yes, that's the word, disguise. I was fooled. I will take the L on this one.
And now it is the time where I talk about Boscha for a long consecutive time, and how I would fix her.
So, I would have her maybe, sort of redeemed, more redeemed in, let's just say, maybe, the last half, or maybe the episode of, the Flyer Derby episode, the episode where Hunter and Gus meet. Instead of, Boscha teasing, Lumini about the whole Azora Club thing, how about, she finds out that Skara is, joining the Flyer Derby team, is, not okay with it in the slightest, and then she watches the game and congratulates Skara on doing a good job. And then maybe on through there, she becomes a better friend with Willow and all that in maybe her own episode. Like the episode in season 1, the episode 17? Yeah, 17. Episode 17. Like that, and she gets better. And then let's just say in this episode, all of this stuff can still happen, which, again, I might mention this more a little bit later on, maybe in part 3, since this is getting to the end of the video, of this part, that maybe she could be reluctant, and the bit where Boscha, says, the stuff where Willow runs off after giving the photo of Flapjack to Hunter, that she's self-projecting, she has not a smug look on her face, but a saddened look, and she's on the verge of crying, because she's self-projecting. And then that would make the ending even more powerful, because it shows that she's come around, she's fully changed. I mean, they probably didn't have enough time to put another episode in since, the seasons was cut short. But I'm pretty sure if season 3 was full-toed, Boscha could have had a better character development there, if not earlier in the series. Because you can see later on her struggles with losing her teammates. And honestly, when I do end up making my fanfiction book series, because I'm not going to start making it until a few other of my book series of season 1 of Dimensional Adventures have been written. But once that's been written, I'm planning on doing The Owl House and Amphibia. And Boscha, I didn't originally think I was going to have Boscha be redeemed, but after this episode, I kind of changed my mind. And, I might mention this more later on in part 3, but she's going to play an important part when I do for the future episode in the Owl House rewritten, well, not rewritten, but written as a fanfiction. When I'm doing it, I'm gonna have Boscha be better. I promise. She's gonna have more growth, and a lot of the other characters that don't get a lot of screen time in season 2 and 3, and maybe a few characters in season 1, they're definitely gonna be better, and I'll add my own OCs and other people's OCs if they ask. But yeah, okay, I'm going on a very long tangent, and this video is getting even more longer than it is. Okay, moving on. Is this supposed to be a Little Miss Perfect reference? The song that people have been animaticking before season 2 came out? Because if it is, that is amazing attention to detail. If you haven't listened to the song, go listen to it, because it is amazing. Listen, Boscha, I know that your master and your fellow Padawans have been taken,
and have probably been killed by Darth Bellows.
Ignoring what Gus said, we're gonna do whatever we can to free your friends and the rest of the Jedi from Darth Bellows and Lord Collector's control. Not the reaction I was expecting.
What just happened?
Why can't these two be together? They've had so much tough love these past basically since they broke up. Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. Since Ida got her curse. I just want these two lovable dorks to be happy. Why is that so upsetting to ask for? I don't get Lilith's new hairstyle, but I'm not actively against it either. I honestly expected her hair to be in a ponytail and have her old hair, her original hair starting to come through since her hair has grown. But I can work with this as well. I just need to get used to it since I'm used to Lilith having long hair. She still look beautiful though.
Ah! Hootie McHoo-Hoo and Cool Aunt Lilith are reuniting. This is so sad. I love all this so much. And Hootie connecting, or, well, coming alive for like a few short seconds through voice box thing. So adorable. I love these two so much. Oh, my young Padawans, this video is getting way too long that it already is. I think. So we should continue this discussion for another day. Let us get to move on. Hurry up, before the sparkles get you. And I know that all these Star Wars jokes are getting pretty old, but I promise that I have something else planned. Sorry, I thought I saw a leaker.